Hello, welcome back. I decided to add a face cam because I think it makes it a little more personal because you don't really get to see my face unless I add a photo of myself. So, hello. There is a face attached to the hands. We're gonna be doing a set of Kylo Ren Star Wars nails in coffin shape. And I'm gonna be using the Kiara Sky's jelly tips today. It's like a glorified press-on, if that makes any sense. Because it's harder to do than press-ons. You don't just glue a nail on. There's a lot more prep and materials needed for it, but it's if you want to get into nails but you don't really want to commit to acrylic, jelly tips are definitely a good way to go. Plus it's also a thinner nail, so if you don't like how thick and hard that acrylic nail can be, then jelly tips are really good. It honestly takes longer to prep the jelly tips than it does to put them on. Let me know in the comments what your favorite Star Wars character is if you watch it, which is your favorite movie, and if you have any more ideas for me. I mean, I got plenty of ideas, but like, I want to know what you guys want to see because I'm over here just doing what I want. I want to know what you want. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to go ahead and start with our Kiara Sky's jelly tips. These are the tips. I do have the long coffin ones. I should have bought the stiletto ones, but I didn't. I don't think I loved stiletto at the time that I bought these, so rip. The prep is going to be a little bit different, obviously, because this is a system, so it does come with these 4 bottles. We got our prep, which is a dehydrator primer. This is our builder, which means it is the gel in the bottle that we will be using to adhere these tips. And then we have our top coat. This also comes with this little Kiara Sky's lamp, which makes it so much easier to cure the tips on. So I'm going to push back my cuticles. Now that they're pushed back, I'm gonna use my drill and I'm gonna have it on 3K RPM. I'm gonna take my cuticle nippers and we're going to cut off any excess cuticle. Now that we have our cuticles cut and everything, we're just going to take our pre-sized tips and we are going to prepare them. I've only done this like a handful of times, so I'm still trying to get good. But you want to take your tip, place it on your nail bed and see how far your nail goes in it, and you want to etch the tip about that far. And the reason we're etching the tip is just so that it can adhere to the gel and adhere to our nail. I'm going to take my file and I'm just going to file the very edge. And filing the very edge makes it a lot easier for the tip to blend into your natural nail and it doesn't look like it's a press-on. And if you have more rounded cuticles, then you can go ahead and file the sides over here to fit your cuticle as perfect as possible. So I'm just going to do that to the rest of the nails. So I finished preparing the tips and I'm going to start preparing my natural nail. We're just going to etch the surface. This is just going to strip your nails of the natural oils. Now we're going to use our primer, which is step number 2. So our step number 3 is going to be our builder gel in a bottle. We're going to put a thin layer of builder gel. If you make one that is too thick, you will get a heat spike when curing it in the UV lamp. Now that that's on, I'm going to cure it in my regular large UV lamp just because I want to make sure that it is fully cured. Now your next step, you're going to make sure you have your little lamp ready. I'm going to have my gel over here just to make sure that it doesn't get anywhere near this blue light. It is small, but it is powerful. We're going to take our gel. We're going to fill the inside where all of it is etched. There's not an exact measurement on how much to put, so it's kind of just an educated guess. But eventually you'll get the hang of it and start to know how much to put in. I'm going to turn on my lamp. I'm going to secure it on my finger the way I like it. Try to keep as minimal air bubbles as possible. And then flash cure it. It did have a little spillage right out here. I'm just going to file that afterwards. I'm going to move the lamp like this just so I can try to go right under like that. Now that I'm done applying them, I'm going to use my large Kiara Sky's lamp to make sure that they are fully cured and we can continue with shaping and decorating. Since I'm going to be filing gel, I want to make sure that all of the sticky layer of the gel has been removed. So I finished shaping them. I'm just going to buff them a little bit to make sure that the paint sticks. And we're just going to go ahead and start painting them. I mixed some of my Valentino polish, my navy blue 031, and my Valentino top coat. I want a transparent navy blue. We're going to do 2 coats of that. So because it is a top coat mixed in with the blue, it is very smooth. So I'm going to just take my buffer and lightly buff it so that any polish that I put on top is able to stick. And I'm going to take my honey fan brush like I always do. I'm going to take this medium blue color. This one right here, it is Valentino. It is 093. And we're just going to make like very thick lightning. It's nice and cured. I'm just going to do the same lightning design on the rest of the nails. Now we're going to paint the first order on the thumb and then work our way into painting Kylo Ren on these 2 nails right here. And when cleaning up the edges of your lines, because if you don't like how it looks, I just take my little brush right here and I make sure that it's soaked in alcohol, and then I can just straighten up the lines before I cure it. All right, now I'm pretty sure that one is done. I'm just gonna use my Kiara Sky's Jelly Tips top coat. I'm gonna start out with the outline of his hood. This one is a little difficult to paint because I wasn't even really sure how to draw it. And once I'm done with highlighting and adding some shading, I'm going to go back and redo those black lines so that they're a lot more crisp. I have like this cheap makeup sponge that I just cut the corner of and I'm using with my tweezers. And I'm just gonna try to basically make a lightsaber with this little sponge. That is what I'm gonna try to do, at least. I'm just kind of messing with this saber at this point in hopes that I can salvage it. Now I'm gonna define him a little bit. I would really like to get some of his features back. I think that'll about do it. Let's cure it and then put top coat on it and clean up the edges because that's not a cute look.